Hello! So the 1.04 update is out and Colossal weapons have been buffed. Now I have been having an absolute blast with this build. I've been using this Ash of War that I don't see anyone else using. I've been using it for a while, and now with the update this build should be marginally even stronger. I don't see anybody else using it in PvP, I don't see anyone using it who I invade, and it is an absolute beast. When we talk about one-shot builds and no one's talking about this, it is insane how good this is in PvP, yet no one's using it. So the main focus of this build really is to bait your opponents into hitting you and you fully tanking those hits, leaving a giant purple pool of gravity magic on the floor that's going to damage them 3 times, and it usually does over 3k damage. It's incredible how much damage this Ash of War can do. Now obviously getting hit isn't ideal, so once you have got a feel for this build and you know how aggressive your opponents are, once you know that they've committed to a hit, instead of dodging out the way, you commit to a hit and then they die, and it works 90% of the time. The amount of invasions I win because of this build in comparison to other builds I've been using is actually ridiculous. So I started off as the prisoner with this build. It's a level 125 build. It's got 39 vigor, 60 mind, 35 endurance, 40 strength, 19 dexterity, 60 intelligence, 6 faith, and 9 arcane. You can mess around with these stats. The only real important stats I would say is vigor, endurance, strength and intelligence. Strength and intelligence just to, like, once you use Scholar's Armament on that Colossal sword, you're pumping out like 1,000 damage, which combined with the Ways of Destruction, Ash of War is no joke, honestly. You will be taking out groups of gankers like no tomorrow, like it's not even an issue. So here's the equipment: the Greatsword, the Academy Glintstone Staff, the Crucible Tree Helm, the Veteran's Armor, the Crucible Gauntlets, the Crucible Greaves, the Bullgult's Talisman, the Great Jar's Arsenal, Shard of Alexander, and Radagon's Sword Seal. Now a couple of points with this equipment setup. The 35 endurance is completely necessary to get you to like bang on 70 equipment loads, so you've still got a medium roll. Combine that specific armor that gets you to 70 equipment load with Lloyd's the Bullgult's Talisman and the Great Jar's Talisman, you get to 91 poise. You can tank literally everything apart from colossal hits. I don't care what anyone says. Jump attacks from halberds, bring it on baby. You can tank anything when it comes to how much hyper armor this Ash of War gives you. You do have to be using the Ash of War. You do have to be in the animation to tank some of the bigger hits though. Like, you only have to watch out for colossal swords and colossal weapons. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This Waves of Darkness Ash of War is massively slept on. Literally no one's using it. I kill hundreds of people with it every day. I love it. It's amazing. I need to start using a different build because I am stuck on using this build. If you've been killed by this Ash of War, it was probably me, honestly. Maybe a couple more tips and pointers when it comes to this build. Baiting people into your attack and popping off your attack instead of dodging is pretty much key. That's what you want to do. If you've got 3 people chasing you and you've got full health, turn around, use the Ash of War. You will kill all of them, I guarantee it. Well, maybe not all of them, but you can follow up with a crouch poke. The R1 crouch poke on this Greatsword is incredible. The rest of the moveset's pretty lackluster. The jump attack will take off a heavy chunk of health, but the rolling R1, the crouch R1 with this Greatsword is really good. Also, another note with the Ash of War: when you use it, the first downward swing that you do, that is an attack. It's really good to hit someone with that. If they're chasing you, you should be able to turn around and hit someone. You're going to kill their friends with the pool, but you're going to kill them immediately if you hit them with that sword. Also, I hear it scales off different damage. There's probably a lot of ways to optimize this build for this Ash of War that I'm not currently doing, but I just want to spotlight how ridiculously good it is in invasions. One last thing to note about this Ash of War though is it's actually glitched right now and the patch did not fix it. In the item description it says you should be able to follow up for a right trigger attack, and you can. The animation plays out, but it doesn't actually hit anything, so do not follow up with a right trigger attack until that's fixed. It looks really cool, but it does not work. Oh, another note I should probably mention, you've got 60 intelligence, so getting that last hit with Stars of Ruin, or whatever sorceries you feel are pretty good in PvP, I would go for it 100%. Actually, what's really important is Scholar's Armament. Scholar's Armament is incredibly important. I've put a heavy affinity on my greatsword, and when I use Scholar's Armament, I'm at more than 1000 damage. So I would definitely recommend like using something like that, you know? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've got a bunch of footage. I'm gonna just let it roll without any commentary. Enjoy the PvP, and I'll see you later. This is my first video, so if you wanted to like and subscribe, I'll probably make some more. But yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching.
Hey!